Well, this is kind of the thing families do, Goja. We have meals together and talk about what's on our mind. So, you ate with your father? Yes, with them and my brothers. It was mostly the head of resolve and I'm doing talking. Though Kono, the head of reason, occasionally joined in. And Soja, well, he's spoken when he was only spoken to. Wait a minute, you said you have two papas? Does that mean one is yours and the other is my father's? No, both are our fathers. He's what we call a blessed sibling, a moja with two heads. Zoja is his true-born child, for Ko and I were adopted and don't share the same blood. But that doesn't make us less than a family. What matters is that our hearts are connected. The head of resolve taught me that. Family. Do you have something like that too? A person that you think is family, even though you don't share the same blood? Well, that is a good question. What about you, Artorias? I'm pretty sure you have someone you don't share common blood with. Well, about that, Alice, I do, and they're very dear to me. I'd like to meet them one day. So, Goja, I hope that we could be family, you and I. Won't you tell me more about yourself? You really want to know about me? I do. I want to know all about you. The things you love, the things you hate, anything and everything. I want to know all about you too. That reminds me, we're hoping to hear your story too, Otis. As you wish. Be forewarned that mine is a tale that will be long in recounting. It was before the lightning had altered the world that I was appointed Lord Captain of the Royal Knights. We're talking about hundreds of years prior to the calamity, right? Indeed! Earlier still than I was assumed this mechanical form, 454 years ago, to be precise. Then you used to be a normal person? Ah yes, I was once flesh and blood like you, and I proudly serve as a Knight of Alexandria. So rather than a machine behave like a person, you were an actual person. How is this possible? Tis only natural that you are confused. Hear my tale to an end, and all shall become clear. Alright, Otis, continue your story. The foremost duty of the Royal Knights was the protection of the royal family. In my time, there was the majestics of the kings and queens, and their only child, Her Highness, the Princess. By then, every nation was a star was embroiled in some manner of conflict over Electro. Thus, was our kingdom drawn into war with its neighbors. Well, it's bound to happen at some point when someone discovers a brand new resources. They want the exact same thing as well. That war was the catalyst for the great calamity that altered the environment. Countless countrymen lost their lives amidst the chaos, the king and queen among them. For a blessing, we were able to protect the princess, who rose to the occasion and brought hope to their people in those trying times. So kind-hearted was a young queen, that at her behest, we took in the refugees from the enemy nation. But sadly, her reign was cut short. Like many others, her body had ravaged by lightning, and one day, she collapsed and passed away. Oof. How tragic. I, native of a citizen whose eyes remained dry, and many moons were spent constructing a great tomb worthy of her memory. Yet, I clung on to hope still, for while Her Majesty was on her deathbed, the kingdom's finest scientist had successfully extracted her soul. Wait a minute, hold on a sec. You said her soul was extracted before she died? So, that would mean the queen we've been talking this entire time is not the real Sphene. Wait a minute. Did we hear that right? Extracted her soul? Our flesh may wither and die, but as soon as we remembered, we will live on. This age-old belief has always confronted our people, but as casualties mounted in the wake of the calamity, we sought to make it into reality through the power of Electro. In time, we succeeded in developing the means to preserve the soul, and it was used to spare the Queen's eternal death. Yet, it wasn't enough to simply preserve the soul's departure, for the ultimate goal was to create a person as they were in life, and this requires that their memories be further extracted from their soul. Damn, she went through all that to escape death itself? Jesus. It took many more years of research to make this possible, by which time I have become a grey old man, with my days numbered. I did not hesitate to volunteer myself as a test subject for the procedure. So it was that I attained this vessel. By the successful rebirth, I paved the way for those who have been recreated from the memories of the departed. The Endless, they are called. If your tale is true, then the queen that you people brought back to life is... then none other than Sphene herself. It wouldn't be Sphene, would it? Oh, so you know Her Majesty as well? My description of her boundless kindness must have paled in comparison to what you have no doubt felt in her presence. I haven't met her myself, I must confess. Not since assuming this current form. Wouldn't want to frighten the living daylight out of her. Ha-ha! Well, at least now we know the reason why Sphene refused to eat any food, because she can't consume any, because she doesn't have a real body anymore. Well, just finding out that Sphene is not the real queen herself, more like an android with her memories implanted in her. So, that is like a scary thing to find out that the entire life has been a sham and you're not the real person to begin with. Alright, with that revelation out of the way, let's talk to Lamity. The Endless? So all this time Sphene wasn't alive? She lives, yet she does not. This is admittedly a difficult distinction to make. Having inherited the memories of a departed soul, an Endless feels, thinks, and acts precisely as that person would. In that sense, I believe they are alive. The Alexanders know about this, right? It can't have gone unnoticed that Sphene is prematurely youthful. No one really knows about the Endless. People who wear regulars don't even think about death. Everyone sees that the queen doesn't change, but they just accept it. To them, it's just who she is. Alright, so are there Endless apart from yourself? Are there people at Everest Keep Endless too? Both are nice questions. I think I'll go with the first one. Are there endless apart from themselves that we don't know about? Well, there should be many endless of those who have died. I believe they are limited to where they can exist. Queen Sphene is unique in her ability to appear before you. Strictly speaking, I myself am not an endless. They created using the memories extracted from the soul, but my entire soul was placed inside the machine. Being inside a machine makes you different? How? Why I do not understand the finer points. My life is bound to this vessel. If it's gonna break down, then it'll be over for me. Much as like being flesh and blood. Hardly endless. Unchanging life, I'm sure you agree. Oh, okay, so it's kind of similar to Alphonse in Fullmetal Alchemist, because if his suit armor gets destroyed for good, then the soul goes along with it. An endless, unchanging life? I can't help but be reminded of the Aya. Did Kafkia and the others know about this? Considering their intensive intelligence gathering, I'll be surprised if they don't know about this. For now, let's share what we learned to Krill and Raha. I can't help but have misgivings about this. You and me both, Alice. And Memories of a Night is complete. Meanwhile, back in Solution 9, I'm guessing he's still looking for the kid Golja. Wait a minute, he knows this guy? Nahe?
お前はエレネッシパじゃねえか。
Yep, it's been a long time.
ずいぶん久しぶりだな。この30年どこにいたんだよ。
Well, let's just say he's been doing a lot of work in the outside world while you're trapped inside this dome.
もしかしてあれか？噂になってる。外から来たスフェーン様のお客ってお前か？
That's him. The one and only. And a few other people as well.
まあな。それより、お袋がどこにいるか知ってるか？
お前のお袋さん？
Wait a minute.
すまん。どんな人だっけ？
どんなって。知ってるだろ。カフキワだ。好奇心が旺盛すぎて、連王の旅にもついていったやつだ。
記憶にねえな。
冗談はよせ。そんなわけないだろ。あんなに小さい村だったんだぞ。
本当に知らないんだ。お前のお袋誰だっけ？
おい、他にも同郷のやつはいるか？
Well, don't look at me, then what about her? You can ask her some questions then.
おい！
カフキワはどこにいる？
何よいきなり。カフキワって誰のこと？
嘘だろ。なんで？
If that is the case, then that would mean
亡くなった人の記憶は回収される。まさか。
エルネシパー、今どこよ。アリゼちゃんたちがバックルームに戻ってくるってさ。あんたもそろそろ戻ってきな。
Yep, it is the truth, Eorzea, and you have to accept it that your mom is not in the realm of the living anymore. She had become an endless. Thank you guys for watching this recording session on Fantasy XIV Dawntrail, main MSQ for 7.0 and onwards. If you have any comments, you can put them down below the video as well. And if you like this video, please click the like button, it is very much appreciated. And if you're curious about future content, you can check out my YouTube channel. And if you like the content that's been uploaded there, you can probably subscribe. If not, that is alright. But if you're going to, don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notified for future videos in the near future. And as always, I have 3 projects which are continuing on my channel, which are Fantasy XIV Raid, Trial, MSQ, Rockets, Dropkits, Minions, Mounts, or anything related to Fantasy XIV. Secondly will be my 2 gachas, which are Great Grand or NA and Honkai Sorrow. And for both of them will be the Lost Belt missions, the trail-based continuance, the companion quests, and of course the future banners that will be coming for my 2 gachas respectively. And lastly, to say the least, Persona 5. And with that, this has been Raven Sleep 45. Take care, stay safe, and have a pleasant Final Fantasy XIV day.